Okay, in this part of the assignment, what you're going to do is create a presentation, sort of as a sample, really, a kind of exercise to just get familiar a little bit with the presentation option in Google Docs. So what I want you to do is just take your top five DMA related interests and turn them into a short presentation, short collection of slides. And so basically, the first thing you want to do is have access to your five top five items that have been rank ordered from your couple of lists that you created recently. And then you'll notice I've got five items here. So once you have located those, because you're going to be copying and pasting from this list into your slides, and so you've got those accessible, then you can go to, and you've got Google Docs open. So I'm happen to be looking at my top five DMA related interests in a Google Doc format. So I'm just going to go to the File menu and select New, and then come across and open up a new presentation. So this is like a PowerPoint-like tool that's available online as part of the sort of online or floating desktop that Google is putting together here. So once you have it open, it's gonna say it's an untitled presentation. If you whatever you type in here in the first slide is gonna automatically default create as a title. I'm gonna click on this first slide and just type my top five. Oops. Okay. DMA interests, and I might do something like put my name there. Again, I'm just doing this for a sample, and then so I have my first slide, and notice that the program automatically fills in that whatever I typed in that first slide for my title. If you want to change that, it's easy to do. Just go to File and Rename. It saves automatically in this application, but you can also go to the File menu and save. So whenever you feel like you've done something and want to save, you can do it manually or just wait for it to save automatically. So you have one slide. What I want you to do then is put each of your top five interests on a separate slide. So to create a new slide in the presentation tool, you can just click on the little plus sign next to that, next to the slide panel there, and then select the layout that you want. In this case, I just want to enter some text, so I'm going to click that layout, and I'll put my top interest, this would be my number one interest there on my first slide, and then I need to go and get that text. So I'm going to click on, I've got tabs open here in Firefox. I'm going to click back to my document and just select my first interest, and then I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to click back to my other tab and click to add content there in the body of that slide. And once I do that, and then I'm going to right click on this case and paste it in there. So that's my first interest on its own slide. So I've got a title slide plus the first one. So I'm just going to keep working this way. I'm going to put each interest on its own slide. So I'm creating a new slide again, same layout, give it a different title, my runner-up. So this would be my second interest. And again, the idea here is to get us thinking about topics and interests and things like that early in the course in preparation for the second part of the course. So then I would just go back again, click on the tab to go back to my text doc with my interests listed, and select the next one and copy it. Go back to the presentation. I've got the new slide created, and paste it in there. Okay, so that's the idea. You just create these as separate slides, and then create a conclusion slide, and then you have at least an initial exercise of what it is to make a presentation. The power of Google tools is not only that or Google Docs in this case, is not only that they're available online from anywhere, that you can access the internet, you can also do your work, but also you find that you have the option of using these tools kind of interchangeably in various ways. For example, you can actually embed a presentation in a Google site page, and that's really quite handy in a lot of cases. So those types of sort of synergies are really quite possible with Google Docs. Now, the last thing I want to make sure you do is that when you create your sample presentation, you click on the Share button, and you go ahead and publish this presentation. That will make it possible for others to view it, and possible for you then to embed it in a web page and have it viewed as part of your web page content. So then you just click Publish Document, and it then gives you an embed code here, just like a YouTube video. See that here down at the bottom of the interface, where you just basically can plug that into any web page, or you can easily paste this into embed it in a Google Sites page, and it gives you the web address for it. So if I click on this link that's now, it says it's publicly viewable at a particular web address. If I click on that, it will show the presentation looking like this pretty much, except because I'm the one that pretty much owns this one, it's got additional, others won't be able to edit my presentation. If I was just viewing it, I would just see the presentation itself and would not be able to edit it. So that's pretty much how this works. It's a very handy tool, and again, we'll be exploring how it can be used interchangeably, and particularly with Google Sites. The last thing I want to say is that when you're done with a presentation in Google Docs, what I recommend you go to the File menu, and you download the presentation as a what I normally do is download it as a PowerPoint file. You can also download it as a PDF file or a text file. The main thing is that you always have a backup of your work when you're working online. That's important, so that you make sure if something untoward happens with your online files, you have a backup copy. So that's a brief introduction to making a presentation inside Google Docs.